Hey, my fellow angling enthusiasts, welcome back to the channel, your go-to spot for all things fishing. Today we're diving deep into the fishing forecast for a very special day, October 20th, 2025. And let me tell you, friends, this isn't just any ordinary Monday. This day is shaping up to be an absolute stunner for those of us eager to hit the Canadian waters. Why is it special, you ask? Well, we've got a fantastic blend of stable weather, cooling water temperatures and fish in full pre-winter feeding mode. It's a recipe for some serious action, and I'm here to give you all the juicy details and practical tips to make your day on the water unforgettable. Prepare to be amazed by what you'll learn about maximizing your catch on this potentially epic fall day. First up, let's talk about the magnificent walleye. With water temperatures firmly in the fall transition zone, our walleye friends are going to be making some aggressive moves. Look for them in deeper, structured areas. Think rocky points that extend into deeper water, submerged humps, reefs, and the pronounced edges of deep weed lines where baitfish love to congregate. From my experience, the golden hours just before nightfall are absolutely prime for walleye. For tackle, I'd strongly recommend a jig tipped with a live minnow, or perhaps some slow-trolled crankbaits to cover more water. Keep your retrieve slow and steady, especially if you're targeting those deeper fish. Pay close attention to those transitions where shallow water suddenly drops off into a deeper abyss. That's often where the big ones are lurking. Next, we've got the formidable northern pike. These toothy predators are truly in their element as autumn deepens, and October 20th promises a pre-winter feeding frenzy. You'll want to target areas with the last healthy patches of green vegetation, submerged timber, and intricate rock piles. Many seasoned anglers believe that the period leading up to and immediately after a new moon can be excellent for fishing, especially during daylight hours. With minimal moonlight, nocturnal feeding often reduces, making fish more eager to bite during the day as they still need to feed heavily. It's a time when fish tend to be less spooky and more focused on finding food. Overall, the biological activity of fish in Canada this time of year is all about preparation for winter. Fish are in full bulking up mode, actively chasing baitfish. Predator species like walleye, northern pike, smallmouth bass, and steelhead are highly aggressive, trying to pack on calories before the real cold sets in. This is the autumn feeding frenzy, friends, and you want to be out there for it. Considering all these factors, stable, cool weather, ideal water temperatures, the waning crescent moon, and the heightened biological drive to feed, I am giving the overall fishing forecast for October 20th, 2025, a solid, good to excellent rating. The stable atmospheric pressure combined with the consistent cooling water and the fish's pre-winter feeding instincts points to a day of strong activity, especially for our predatory species. So there you have it, my friends. October 20th, 2025 looks like a fantastic day to be on the water in Canada. Get out there, put these tips into action, and I wish you all tight lines and nikvosta nicheshuyi. May you catch many fish. If you found this forecast helpful, please do me a huge favor. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and ring that notification bell so you don't miss any of our upcoming videos. And now I want to hear from you. What are your plans for fishing this fall? Have you had any incredible catches lately? Share your observations, your favorite lures, or your secret spots in the comments below. Now for those chasing some schooling action, let's focus on Australian salmon and tailor shui tui day. These aggressive schooling fish will be harassing bait schools in harbours, bays, and around headlands. The warming ocean temperatures and abundant baitfish are a perfect recipe for their feeding frenzies. Look for birds working the surface. That's your sign. A medium-light spinning rod with a fast retrieve reel is perfect. Metal slugs from 20 to 40 grams or small stick baits are deadly when cast into breaking schools. Work them fast to imitate fleeing baitfish. Keep an eye on those changing winds, as they can push bait around, bringing the tailor and salmon with them. Finally, for those wanting a bigger fight, we're looking at early season kingfish. These powerful predators will be showing around prominent markers, navigation buoys, and coastal headlands, especially where there's good current. The increasing water temperature signals the start of their prime feeding season. A medium to heavy spinning or conventional outfit is required. Live baits like yakkers or squid are king for these guys. If you're casting lures, large stick baits or poppers worked aggressively can entice a strike. Don't be afraid to put in the effort around tide changes. That's often when they really switch on. All right, my fellow anglers, let's break down the conditions that are shaping this forecast based on the actual data we found for coastal New South Wales, including Sydney, on Monday, the 20th of October 2025. We're looking at some excellent news on the weather front. The air temperature will range from a pleasant minimum of 17 degrees Celsius to a comfortable maximum of 30 to 33 degrees Celsius. This is classic spring weather, warm enough to get the fish moving, but not excessively hot to make them lethargic. We're expecting mostly sunny skies with only a 5% chance of rain, so daylight hours should be bright and clear. Winds will be light, becoming northerly at 15 to 25 kilometers per hour in the middle of the day, then shifting to northeasterly at 20 to 30 kilometers per hour in the early afternoon. This stable and warming weather, coupled with a generally favorable atmospheric pressure, which should be steady or slowly rising, creates ideal conditions for active fish. Now let's talk water temperature, a crucial factor for fish activity. In the coastal waters around Sydney, we're seeing average sea temperatures ranging from 18 to 22 degrees Celsius. This warming trend, typical for October, is vital. As the water warms, it kicks the metabolism of our target species into high gear, encouraging them to feed more actively. Cooler water can make them sluggish, but these rising temperatures mean they're shaking off any winter laziness and are on the hunt for food. On Monday, the 20th of October 2025, we'll be under a waning crescent moon. It will be only about 1 to 1.5% illuminated, almost a new moon. While some old-school anglers believe waning phases can slow things down, my experience, especially with a moon so close to new, is that the fish can be quite active, particularly during the major and minor feeding periods. The decreased moonlight often means nocturnal feeders feel more comfortable coming out during the day, and overall, it's a phase that often brings consistent, if not explosive, bites for many species. Considering the stable, warming weather, the ideal water temperatures encouraging bait movement, and the active spring behavior of our target species, my clear assessment for fishing on Monday, the 20th of October 2025 is excellent to very high fishing activity. However, the low illumination of the waning crescent moon and the typically changeable spring weather patterns with potential pressure fluctuations could mean the bite might not be consistent all day. Those who are persistent and adapt to conditions will definitely be rewarded. So, my friends, don't let a little variability deter you. Get out there, enjoy the incredible beauty of New Zealand, and put these tips to good use. May your lines be tight and your coolers be full. Remember, ni foster, ni cheshwi, tight lines, and good luck. Before you head out, do me a huge favor, hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and ring the notification bell so you don't miss any of my forecasts. And tell me in the comments below, what are your go-to spring tactics in New Zealand? Have you had any amazing catches during a waning crescent moon? Share your stories. My go-to for perch in these conditions would be small to medium-sized soft plastics, jigged slowly, or classic spinners. Don't underestimate natural baits either. A lively worm or a few maggots presented on a drop-shot rig or a light ledger rig can be incredibly effective. Keep moving until you find the shoal, and when you do, be ready for some serious action. Finally, a word on brown trout. While many trout will be busy with their spawning rituals from October to December in our rivers, some larger lake trout might still be opportunistically feeding. If you're targeting them, focus on shallower lake margins, especially near the mouths of feeder streams where they might be preying on fry. Small fry imitations, such as streamers or minnow-style lures, can work well. If local regulations allow, a well-presented worm can also be effective. However, friends, remember that trout are vulnerable during this time, so please practice careful catch and release, ensuring the future of our incredible fisheries. Now for the nitty-gritty, the theoretical base for our forecast. Let's break down the conditions. Weather. For Monday, October 20th, 2025, we're looking at air temperatures ranging between 10 and 15 degrees Celsius, or 50 to 55 degrees Fahrenheit, during the day, dropping to around 10 degrees Celsius overnight. We can expect light rain throughout the day and night, with a 45% chance of rain during daylight hours. Humidity will be quite high, around 91%. The most significant factor is the dominant low-pressure system, which generally leads to unsettled conditions. This falling or low pressure can make fish feel uncomfortable, often driving them to seek deeper, more stable water. Wind speeds are forecast to be around 37.3 kilometers per hour, which is a moderate to strong breeze.